Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you're well. I am 1 hour away from checking out of the hotel here in Torquay, and I'm very proud to say that the book is basically finished. 10 chapters are done, 17,000 words. I've probably got another 2 chapters to go, but the storyline, the crux, the meat of the book is complete, which is awesome. Like man, when I started this 6-day retreat, I set the intention to finish my book, and I didn't know how exactly that would look at the end, but I had an idea that it would mean the meat of the story, what it's actually about, the characters, and a good chunk of the book would be complete. And the fact that I've gotten like 10 chapters through, done and finished, of what I am anticipating will be a 12 chapter fiction story. It's just amazing. So I wanted to share what I learned because I've been writing a lot, man, like 17,000 words over basically, today's the 6th day, so I'll probably get a few more chapters in, but 17,000 words in like 5 days, it's a lot of writing. So it's really funny because I tried to write a version of this book back at home in Melbourne, and I think I mentioned this in my last video, like it happened, like there were stories, but it never matched up with what I could see. Like I could see this particular vision of what I wanted the book to be about, but it just wasn't happening on the page. And, I would rewrite chapters, I'd start again, and then I'd rewrite books. And I'm not ashamed to say that before I came here, I actually had 3 different versions of the book that I was intending to write, and none of them ever felt good enough. Now, when I got here, I was very afraid the same thing would happen. And I had this belief that if I went into a new environment, a new space, that maybe I wouldn't have to face that belief. But surely enough, as I started to write the book, the psychology, the beliefs and all that kind of stuff started to attack me. But what I did this time was I just kind of owned it was there and just stayed focused on writing what I could see. And the big shift happened when I dumped the expectation of this book creating something that's like a byproduct. I started just focusing on creating a book that I loved. That was true for me, that I could see. And I dumped like all the things, get clients from it, be bestseller, book tours and fucking be on the news and all the shit, that I don't know if you write books and you think about the same thing, but I've quite often fantasized about being famous, right? So I dumped all of these things that were floating around the book, all the byproducts. And it was very unconscious. I took a bit of time to see what it was. And once I did that and just gave myself full permission to just create what I truly love, forget about the money, forget about all the stuff, like just write what you can see. Oh man, the story I've written, guys, like it's just, I'm in love with it. It is so like out there. I never would have imagined that I'd be writing about some of the things I wrote about in this book. But it was just like as the words were coming, like my ego was feeling quite attacked. Like, but dude, you don't write books like this. I'm like, no, but I'm going because that's what I can see. And my ego's like, no, we don't do this. And I just kept going. And what was so fascinating was everything that I wanted the book to be about just happened organically. Like I wanted it to teach lessons on like sales, business, spirituality, creativity, life. Wanted it to teach a wide range of things. And back in Melbourne, I tried to express these lessons in like a how-to book, and they're good, like it's good stuff, but the way I was expressing it just wasn't like the way that was true for me, right? There's this other side of me that's really creative. If you know me well, like I make music and I love like the mystical elements in stories, and that's like a big part of me. So the particular focus, what the choice was around, and if you know choice work, you'll know what I'm talking about here. The choice was to write magical and transformative stories, and I just kind of let go of this thing that, like this pressure of me like being this teacher. And by doing that and just focusing on the story, the lessons on sales and business just came up in the story in the most wild and unexpected way that I could have ever imagined. I'm still mind blown at some of the shit that I put there, but I was like, fuck man, like I've tried so hard to teach these lessons in sales in the past, like and word it in a particular way to get people to listen. But by just focusing on this story, because it's true for me, it's happening. It's just happening organically. It's just flowing out of me. The other thing that I wanted to mention was that before every writing session, I did not want to write. You know, I'm here, like I've paid, you know, I'm not going to say how much, but I've paid really good money to stay in this hotel. In this room, yeah, it's okay, but like the other apartment that I did the majority of my writing in, I dropped a lot of cash to go and stay in there. And before each writing session, I felt like shit. I'm like, oh man, this is like, oh shit, like I don't know if I can do this. This is a lot of pressure. The view's there. I just want to have a coffee and go walk around Torquay, go to the Great Ocean Road and like just do a holiday. You know, I'll write it when I get back home. All those procrastinating thoughts came up. And once again, I didn't try to overcome them. I'm just like, man, it's normal. That's there. But this thing that I can see, I'm going to remain connected to that. And I'm going to dump all expectations and just write that. And magic happened. Did it feel good all the time? No, it actually, like the majority of the time, guys, like I felt this tension in my body and my hands are going like this. I need to get it out. I need to get it out of me, man. Like at times I felt like I was running after the words so fast because they were coming. Like yesterday I wrote I think it was 3 chapters, 2 or 3 chapters. And I remember I was on a walk in between sessions, 3 chapters actually. And I was on a walk after 2 chapters and I was like really far down the Esplanade. And then an idea hit me, like a feeling and an idea for the next chapter hit me. And it was so big that I ran, like I started like fast walking, then running back to the hotel because I was like, I cannot miss this opportunity. And I started writing and the chapter actually brought me to tears. It was that powerful. So it's been tough, and it's felt at times I felt like, fuck man, is this trip gonna go upside down? Am I gonna waste all this, like the investment that I made and everything? Like, is it gonna be worth it? But to summarize, it really has. And I've learned so much about creativity and what I love personally. And also all the unconscious thoughts and beliefs that I have that have tried to sabotage like the whole creative project. And another thing that I wanted to say is that I have no idea, I really have no idea what this book is going to do. This is the most insane thing, right? And I saw actually a coach that I follow on Instagram. I don't follow many coaches anymore on my Instagram, but I do follow this one particular girl, Alex. Don't know her last name, but she's involved in the same communities I am. And she made this post, I think it was like 2 days ago, and it was something around like one of her clients is a painter, and she brought back her painting practice, and it like grew her business and all this stuff. And that really resonated with me because as I was reading it, I'm like, I have no idea whether this book is going to have anything to do with my business. I don't know if this is going to be like if I'm going to be like this big, well-known author. I have no fucking idea. All I know is that I'm meant to write this particular story in the way that I've written it. And it made me see that my journey, like if you followed me for a while, you know that I released like 2 rap albums and a few singles, and like it made me realize my journey as a musician, although it's still going and I'm still making music, these things, all of these things, the writing the book, the music, the traveling to like the Great Ocean Road, like, and experiencing nature and all this stuff, all of it is necessary for me to stay in my genius. That's what Alex was talking about in her post. And I was like, holy shit, man, it's all connected. Like doing all of this stuff, I used to think it's like, oh, it's just a hobby, man. It's just a hobby. This isn't making money. So why would you do it? And now I'm actually seeing that things like booking a room to go and stay in to write is such a big investment in you, which is more important than your business, because if you're not right and in your power, your business is obviously going to do jack shit. Me going to my mate James is a guitarist. We've been making a lot of music recently. Me like making the time to do that throughout the week is critical. But back in the day, I used to give myself such a hard time, be like, you've got to get back to business, man, and make the money. And it's like, hang on a second. If I do these things and I put myself in my genius, the business stuff is going to happen with a lot more power. And I've noticed as I've written this book and as it's really formulated, a lot of the ideas, a lot of these things around my business are becoming clearer and clearer. And I'm actually starting to connect to the same energy that I've been writing the book with in my business. Because I'll say this openly about a lot of my businesses. They've always been for the byproduct, not the actual thing. At times it's been for the thing, but not in a great deal. A lot of my focus has been on when can I, get to 6 figures? How can I get to 7 figures? How can I build a sales team? How can I have the office looking over the bay? All this shit that has nothing to do with the actual heart of the business. What is it that I do? And yeah, like for the first time, like really dumping all the the fame and shit that could come with this book, and just focusing on writing the story. I connected to something really and again, I'm going to sound a bit woo-woo-y, heart opening, and I do mean that. Like it's been very powerful, and it's made me go, I want to bring this same energy to my music. I want to bring this same energy to my relationships. I want to bring this same energy to my business. I want to bring this same energy to, manifesting this this dream house that I keep seeing, like over the ocean and mountains. Like I see the picture, and it's like dumping all the things around it and just going, you know what? Don't need that. Or owning my desire to want it, like the money and like the recognition. Geez, Jordan, your house, my goodness, you live the life, all like the significant shit. Just seeing that and going, okay, but this is what it's about. There's a distinct energy when it moves, and I've felt that as I've written this book. So yeah, man, it comes to an end. I'm a little sad because it's been a vibe. It's been an absolute vibe being here and writing. But man, I am going to do this again, because I do believe I'm going to write more books, follow-ups to this particular book. Anyway, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm very fucking excited about this book. And I also have a feeling it's going to inspire my next journey in music as well. It's inspired business, to move forward. But yeah, man, music as well is coming back in a massive way. So I'm super excited. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these shares as I create these things. I actually get more satisfaction doing something like this and just sharing lessons that I'm having as I go, rather than all that these how-to posts and stuff. They exhaust the fucking living daylights out of me. I think I said that right anyhow. Hope you guys are well. Hope you have a great weekend, and yeah, chat soon.